The first generation Octavia was a game changer for Skoda. After VW's acquisition in the 90s, this car was Skoda's first model to use platforms from its parent company. It shares platform with the VW Golf, Passat and even the Audi A3. With its budget price, it was very well received, especially among taxi drivers in the UK due to its value for money. I loved it ever since I sat in one when it first came out, and 20 years on, I managed to own this 190,000-mile example to see what the fuss was all about. Even though it was a budget brand, the design team did make an effort to differentiate its cars from its siblings on the exterior styling. From its chiseled edges to clean lines with subtle bulges across the side, the Skoda Octavia looks sleeker than the VW Golf and Passat. This, along with the smart-looking tail lamps, bold grills and the optional nice-looking alloy wheels, it has certainly aged much better than the Golf.
The same cannot be said about the interior. Yet, even though all the panels, the dashboard and door cards, aren't interchangeable with other cars in the VW group, they look remarkably similar. But you won't bother about that too much because all the buttons have very nice fit and finish. Even the stalks are very nicely weighted. What I don't like about this car is the questionable ergonomics. Yes, there are some really clever thoughts like the mini sun visor just above the mirror, this thing in the middle that lets you slip your parking ticket for display is really good. But it's quickly overshadowed by other shortcomings like the storage in the middle, which is placed so high up that it just can't hold anything in there. And also the armrest, actually when it comes down, it will get in the way of operating the handbrake, which is no good. There are a lot of engines available for this car. For petrol engines, it ranges from 1.8 to 2 litres, and for diesels it's only 1.9, but it ranges from 90 to 130 PS, so it depends on which one you choose. My one produces 110 PS, and it is one of the best engines I've ever had. It has tons and tons of pulling power thanks to the torquey nature of diesel engines, and also the fact that the turbo kicks in just below 2000 RPM, so there's no shortage of thrust would be the better word for it. The car will just keep on pulling gear after gear. You will absolutely have no trouble keeping up with the traffic or overtaking at all. Talking about gear change, it is rather notchy for my liking, either thanks to its old age or the fact that it's designed that way, either way. So you really need to blip the throttle to smooth it out a little bit. This brings me to fuel economy. It is advertised to achieve 53.5 mpg, give or take, but you can definitely do better than that if you really try, because even with my heavy-footed driving, I get at least 47 mpg. So as long as you keep your revs below 3000 RPM, your fuel figures wouldn't be compromised at all. It is a fantastic highway cruiser. The ride is comfortable and it negotiates the A roads with ease. However, you will also realise that the car is not exactly light on its feet once you drive close to its limits, especially at back roads. The roll and lean becomes so much apparent that you will lose confidence as you go around sharp bends and even roundabouts. The steering is communicative, but a bit slow and heavy. And also the bolstering of the seats could do with a bit more work as well.
You will be disappointed with this car if you expect it to navigate the roads like its VRS brother. But if you keep your expectations low and treat it like a relaxing country road companion instead, then this car is a phenomenal vehicle that produces a serious amount of pulling power, great fuel economy and comfortable ride. However, for me, if I ever come back to a Skoda, I would probably pick a VRS instead.
diesel engines. And also the fact that the turbo kicks in just below 2000 RPM. So there is absolutely... What's that for?